Hello friends and welcome back to my channel, and a dog is barking as soon as I start on the video, so that must be a sign or a signifier for somebody out there. I'm reading today for Cancer Energy for Thursday. When I got a coffee, I think it's like Cappy Energy coming into Fairy, and I used to always have coffee with Cappy on Thursdays, and now I'm having coffee with Cancer on Thursday. Right. So I'm reading for Cancer Energy. You don't have to be Cancer for this reading to resonate. You could be connecting with somebody who's a Cancer, because this is a them and us reading, or them and us. That's interesting. It's like a you and them reading. But now I'm saying us, so I wonder what that's about. Oh my goodness, dog, could you not? I don't know how it's going to play out. Aries surprised me because I thought it was going to be an individual and they had a group. There's a bit of a group energy coming through for everybody. There's just been some interesting readings. Like Gemini could have been, like Gemini being the twins, they could have been the two sides of the self. You never know with Gemini. There was a lot of mirroring going on in their reading. So it could be like Gemini fighting their own shadow, right? Like Peter Pan. So I don't know what we're going to get, but the intention is it's going to be you and another person. You can flip it and reverse it if you need to. If you think, oh, that's me actually, and this is my person, absolutely flip it. Gender is very fluid in the tarot, so it may be a king or a queen on the card. It may be a man on the card. It may be a woman. Just know that you can mix and match the gender as you need to. Unless I specifically say, because there's a few cards in this deck that are a specific gender, which I will tell you if it's the case. What else do we have? So if the reading does not resonate, you can go and check out other placements or the placement of somebody that you want to know about. Again, cross watches, just beware that it's not going to be 100% your personal story, because it's a collective story, so don't panic if you hear something you don't like. I have some intuitive stuff about the energy that I'm picking up on for you, and I've got some signifiers here on the table, so this may help you figure out if this is your reading or not. So you've got I, R, I, T, and secret special letter that could be anything. So if you're getting something from that, this could be your reading. I'm kind of getting irritated, which Gemini kind of had as well. And there's some words that have come out for you: not, winter, and rapture. So anything there could make sense to you. If it doesn't make any sense whatsoever, maybe just see kind of what cards are coming out and see how you feel then. But if you're thinking this isn't resonating, it's just not your reading today, go and check out a different one. If it is resonating or you're enjoying the video, please consider leaving me a like, or subscribing if you haven't already. Thank you to those who already have. It really helps out my channel, and it's absolutely free. What else do we have then here? So your energy, I'm getting, maybe you are a bit irritated. I'm kind of getting, you could be in some sort of situation where you feel maybe a little bit vulnerable, maybe a little bit naive, and you don't like that. You're really uncomfortable with it. This is what I'm picking up on intuitively, and just be aware it can be your person as well. So it's kind of coming in with like Page of Cups energy, which is always like a student. It's always somebody who's younger. It's always somebody who has something to learn, and it's like has something to learn emotionally as well, with it being the Page of Cups. But it could just be you, right? You're inner child, you feeling a little bit vulnerable, you feeling a little bit kind of in over your head in a situation. So for some of you, it could be like work, right? You move department and you feel like the new person. You feel a little bit, you know, that unsurety. It's like when you're not quite sure and you've not got all the information, and it kind of puts you on the back foot a little bit, because you want to be assertive. I'm getting, it's like you want to be assertive, you want to be confident, but you don't perhaps have all the information or skills yet to be able to do that. There's still like this, like, I need to understand the situation better. It could be a social situation. It's like, I need to understand what's going on socially here a little bit better so I can find my place and, you know, take control. It's got like an out of control feeling, which I think you're really uncomfortable with, being like the Chariot in the tarot, which is all about harnessing the reins, getting a grip, taking control. And I think you're a cardinal sign as well. So yeah, this not being in control energy, it's making you feel vulnerable and unsure of yourself, and it doesn't feel nice. I want to say that you're trying to take some sort of timing into your own hands. It's like you're trying to get a grip of something. You're trying to be active. You're trying to, something to do with timing as well. Like you're trying to make the timing suit you, something like this. And you want to be taken seriously. You may be dealing with like big players or something, wanting to be taken seriously, wanting to stand in your own power. Yeah, just this kind of energy. Trying to take the reins I've got in my notes. You, I haven't actually randomized you a song as a signifier, but male fantasy was, I'm just actually making a note of it, was playing as I was setting up your reading, which was giving me quite a lot of information as well. So Male Fantasy by Billie Eilish, she's you can go and listen to it, go and look it up, see if there's anything that's jumping out at you there. Cancer, you are a very, very sexy sign. You know, people like Lana Del Rey and the incredibly beautiful Margot Robbie. So it could be that perhaps you, something that can happen, especially Cancer if you identify as female. Even if maybe you don't even see yourself as that attractive, but I swear, Cancer, other people will think you're stunning and incredibly sexy. It's just Cancer energy, right? So it's like, perhaps people are judging you on the way you look, or people are judging you. It's that energy of like a Barbie doll. And I feel this as well. I've kind of got a bit of a Barbie doll look to me, especially when I was a teenager, right? Blonde hair, big boobs. And I present as being a little bit ditzy as well. So I'd often not get taken seriously. It's like people would be like, yeah, you know, she can come, but, you know, maybe we won't let her make decisions and things like this. And I never felt like I had any authority. And that's also my Capricorn placement acting up as well. I've got like Lilith in Capricorn, so imposter syndrome and things like this. So it took me a long time to work on that and to kind of prove to myself that I was intelligent and that I had things to offer in situations. But I still find even now, like, it bothers me less because, you know, I went to university, I got a degree, I proved to myself that, you know, I was intelligent. But still, I still feel like people don't see under perhaps the bubbly surface, you know, the ditzy kind of vibe that I give off when you first meet me. I think it takes people a while to realize that I have actual depth. It's funny because this was coming through in Gemini's reading as well. Like, they were dealing with somebody who had a lot of depth. And I feel like I'm picking up on this for you, Cancer, where it's like, perhaps, I'm just thinking of Margot Robbie, you know, I watched this thing called The Take, and it was how Margot Robbie avoided the bombshell trap, because of course she played so many roles where she was the I'm not saying that word, she was kind of like the arm candy, right? She was the beautiful thing to look at on the screen. And she could have easily been typecast and you know, just been seen as like the arm candy, the beautiful co-star. But and this is again part of her being a Cancer, and I'm gaining a lot of respect for Cancer energy at the moment because I'm starting to see the hidden depths more. I'm really starting to see it as well in some of my Cancer friends and the people I follow on Twitter, where, you know, they're really grasping for that authority in their own life. You know, they're really taking the power back. They're really like starting up their own businesses and things like this. So and this is what Margot Robbie did. She started up her own I think it's like an agency or a production, like a film production company, something like this. So, you know, she's actually becoming an industry player. And I remember you had this, Cancer. I remember you had it a while back where it was like coming through as like a ballerina or an actress, and it's not going to fit everybody, but it's more of a motif for something you might have been feeling, where it was like you know, a ballet dancer or an actress going to gigs, trying to get work, but because they were getting a little bit older, all the gigs were going to like the younger girls, and it was like, this isn't fair, you know. You know, it's not fair because I'm talented, I'm more skilled now, I've actually got more to offer now, but because I'm a little bit older, I can't be the eye candy anymore, you know, something like this. And it was like, well, go and set up your own acting agency, go and set up your own film company, go and set up, you know, your own ballet school or performing arts, you know, your group, a performing arts group. It was like, take the power back, start your own business. And I'm really seeing it now. I'm sort of seeing it echoing you know, in actual reality. So I love that, and I hope that that's your story, because I think it is very empowering, and I really like it. So male fantasy as well. There could be something about porn coming through for you. Prawns. I'm going to call it prawns, just so I don't get like hidden on YouTube. So I, like everybody, like most teenagers, right? I remember looking at a bit of porn when I was a teenager, and you know, it became something that came into my awareness, and I remember sort of like being fascinated and half disgusted, half fascinated, half amused, watching all this prawn. I suppose it was 90s, right? And 90s prawn, but a lot of the 90s prawn was 80s prawn. I don't know, there could be something coming up for you like this. And I remember actually watching Pam and Tommy. They mentioned, I don't know why I'm telling you this. It could be something that's going on for you, but I'm getting the urge to tell you. I was watching Pam and Tommy, the new series on Netflix, and they mentioned Edward. What is it? Edward something hands. Which I knew, I've never seen it, but I knew it was like a real 80s prawn movie as a parody of Edward Scissorhands. And I was like, do you know what? I was a little bit drunk and I was like, I need to watch this. I need to go and check this out because it sounds like genius. And again, I was a little bit drunk and I was like, this is the best thing I have ever watched. This is amazing. The talent, the storyline. And it wasn't, right? It didn't have a good storyline, but I was impressed by it. I was like, do you know what? They actually put effort into this. The effort was made. And I was thoroughly amused by it. I didn't watch the whole thing. I was kind of like skipping through. And found it very funny. But I don't know why it's coming through. Maybe this is like just for one person. Maybe somebody has worked in the industry and they're like, or some kind of industry like that, where it's always been like trying to please. It could be art. Maybe you work in the art field as well, because there's a term called the male gaze in the art world, where it's like, especially with like Renaissance nudes and things like this, it's like the voyeur, right? The voyeur. So art produced. So whatever form it is, art. I know actually a Cancerian who has a degree in like art history, I think. So hello if you're watching. It's like there could be something like this going on for you, where it's like very aware of the male gaze, the male consumer in some kind of industry. So it's like, well, how do women take the power back? How do we rewrite the narrative? How do we say what we want from the art world in some kind of form? So there could be something like that happening for you. I don't think prawn could ever be as interesting as what goes on inside my own head. Like, I don't think it's ever going to be as satisfying, but let's just leave that there. So I don't know why this is coming out for you like this, Cancer. You are a very sexy sign, so I don't know. I'm just going to say whatever I'm getting. The person who the reading's for is going to understand what's going on, right? I assume. And if it's not your reading, it's not your reading. Let's see what the cards say. I'll just have a bit more coffee. Sorry, guys. If you're watching Pam and Tommy as well, like, the way she was treated was really disgusting. The way people thought they could speak to her, the way people thought they could treat her, the way that people did this come out in your last reading, actually? The way people didn't understand why it was wrong, why, when this came out for somebody else's reading. I remember talking about it. I can't remember who, but it's like people couldn't understand back then the difference between Pamela making an active choice for her work to pose for Playboy magazine and to retain some sort of control over the distribution, the art style, what she was wearing, all these kind of things. Like, she made an active choice to create that art because it was art. Whether you think it was good art or bad art, it was an art form. That was something that she chose to do, where the tape that was stolen from her and published without her consent, this is the thing, she didn't consent to that. And there's a big difference between consent and non-consent. And people just thought, oh, she's took her clothes off before. There's, what's the difference? And there's a big difference. And I really love how the documentary actually frames that. And the disrespect and lack of sympathy shown to her by, like Jay Leno and, was it Jay Leno? Like the talk show hosts and things. I don't know. Very sympathetic towards her. Right. I don't know why it's coming through. I don't know if something, like you've had a similar experience or something. Right. Like how she was, definitely something like this coming through for you. How she, because I've already been talking about it, but again, the way that Pamela looks, and people treating her as this ditzy blonde when she's actually an incredibly intelligent woman. Marilyn Monroe as well, right? She was a Cancer, I think. I always think she's a Pisces, but I think she was a Cancer. you know, these incredibly beautiful, incredibly intelligent women who have no authority because people dismiss them as the ditzy blonde, right? You don't have to be blonde, by the way, but it's like she's a female, she has sex appeal, therefore she doesn't have a voice. What is that about? She's a plaything, you know? You get this all the time, Cancer. I don't know why. It's tough being a Cancer. Oh yeah, here we come. You're not, yeah, you're not in ditzy blonde energy. You are in, I get to decide now. I get to decide where the money goes. I get to decide. Oh, you always come through with feminine energy. It's funny how some signs come through as feminine and some signs can tend to come through as masculine for me. Again, we all have feminine and masculine energy within us. It's yin yang, depends on your birth sign placements. You know, if you go and look at my birth charts and the actual placements, most of them are masculine. But I see myself as very, very feminine. You know, she, her, extremely feminine. So feminine and masculine energy, when I'm talking about that, it's not to do with gender. It's to do with energy. But the man holding a coin is a man. So, Cancer, I've asked about your energy, and this is saying this is your energy. So some of you will identify as male, and you're holding the money, and you're deciding who gets the contracts, where does the money go. Again, flip it and reverse it. If needs be, you might actually come through as this energy, but yeah. No, this is, you're in control here. You get to decide where the money goes. You get to decide who's hired and who's fired in this situation. Again, setting up your own business, right? It's like you're wearing the trousers now. Again, you are a cardinal sign. You are a masculine sign, you know. Not, again, I don't intentionally mean to stereotype gender, by the way. It's definitely something coming through with stereotypes and gender in your reading, though. So just be aware of that. It's the language I'm using. I'm just trying to describe what I'm getting. And sometimes it comes through as a little bit stereotypical. It's not intentional. Anyone can be whoever they want to be. And that's actually what's saying here. This is saying, you know, maybe it's you know, in a male-dominated industry, this is a woman who's wearing the trousers, you know. Could be something like that. If you do see this as your energy, and you do not identify as male, then the man is holding the money. The man is holding the money. Maybe offering you a contract, maybe offering you a job. Okay. But I asked about your energy. So I feel like it's you. I feel like it's you, you know, getting into that yang energy, you know, taking control of the reins, actually stepping up into the energy that you're meant to step up into, where you call the shots, which benefits others, because you always have this energy of like the group around you, right? The other people who've been mistreated, the other people who haven't had power. And then it's like you get into power and it benefits them too. Caring connection. So tell me about the other energy. We're reading for Cancer for Thursday. Who's the other? Who's the other? Is that the card? Is that the card? I feel like I need to show it you and then put it back. 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron, intuition. Maybe it's saying trust your intuition. When you come to this reading, trust your intuition. Whatever you're getting is right, right? Broken heart and the sun. So that has like healing a broken heart or shedding light on a broken heart energy. So this person's carrying a broken heart. They are heartbroken about something. They are hurt. They have had heart pain. Hopefully not physically. Hopefully this is, well, emotionally or physically, right? Either way, it's difficult. But the sun is like a power up energy. It's a boost. It's clarity. It's happiness. So it does come in with like healing a broken heart energy. 1 and 9 as well. 1 and 9 adds up to a 10, which is closure, completion. And there again, intuition, right? Trust your intuition. What is your intuition telling you right now? Okay. Been watching I, Tonya as well, with Margot Robbie. She said in that the Take interview, this is the reason why I'm watching it, in the not interview, in the Take video that I was watching, how Margot Robbie avoided the bombshell label. Even though she plays into it, right? Even though she actively accepted roles where she was the sexy character, you know, somehow she retains, she just comes across as intelligent, right? She comes across as holding on to some amount of power, where she's not giving, she's like the sex object in the film, but at the same time, it's like her choice to allow that, to take that role. And she always feels like she's on the same level, at least, right? She never feels like she's really getting used in the character. She just brings something to the role where it's like she's in control. She's kind of brilliant. But she did say, you know, when she started up her own company and she made I, Tonya, it was the role that she was most proud of. It was taken from an interview where she was saying that's what she's most proud of. And she actually intentionally tried to make herself look less attractive in that role. And yeah, I don't know, it's just kind of brilliant. I'm really getting an appreciation for Cancerian energy at the moment. It's funny because you went from being the sign that I dreaded, the sign that I found most difficult, to the sign that I now find incredibly empowering. The Tiger. This feels like it shouldn't be in reverse, but let's just check. Yeah, no. Yeah, there you go. Divine Feminine energy. Like, going for what you want. Like, actually being a bit of like a Xena warrior princess, I'm getting. Like, you know, going in, getting what you want, being very intent and very focused on what you want. And what you want is a contract. What you want is the money. What you want is what you're owed. Something like that. Which way, please? This person's definitely going through some kind of death and rebirth. Some kind of transformation. Some kind of... I feel like they had a broken heart and something in them changed. But I feel like you could have broke this person's heart as well. Again, flip it and reverse it if needs be. But it's like... And I know some people have issue with like what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. But I'm kind of getting almost like this person was destined perhaps to experience this process because it's liberated them from who they were before. So I'm not saying anyone deserves any kind of broken heart or pain, but it's like what I'm seeing is something where when this person experienced some kind of heartbreak, they had some kind of transformation in themselves where they actually found some freedom in it. It's like they found who they were through this process, through this pain that they went through. It almost liberated them. So I don't know what that is. And again, it may be you, it may be somebody that you're dealing with. And it's not going to be everybody's reading. So I want to just be careful about how I phrase this, because it's like, you know, a lot of people are like, well, I wish I'd never had that pain. I wish I'd never gone through that. But I think sometimes, you know, the things that break our heart, when a few years pass and we look back, we think, I never would have been that person. I never would have become the person I am today, who actually I kind of like and who actually I'm kind of proud of, if I hadn't have gone through that difficult period of my life. It's like, you know, it broke me, it hurt me. I'm recognizing that as the Queen of Cups, right? I don't know why I'm feeling like this is your energy. You could be either person, honestly. But it's like, it's like coming out of a bad relationship, but coming out of it thinking, I'm not going to let anyone take advantage of me anymore. I'm not going to let anyone take away my power and make me codependent anymore. I'm going to empower myself now. I'm going to be a stronger person so that I'm more in that kind of 9 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles energy, where I stand on my own 2 feet. And you know what? If I get into a relationship, it's going to be co-creative and not codependent, because you've learned the lesson through the bad relationship. Does that make any sense? but there's definitely like something ending. It could be the ending of processing something, coming out of the cocoon, spreading the wings, and actually revealing, because the sun is like a revealing energy as well. The butterfly is this revealing energy, revealing who you became because of the process. I don't know who you are. Again, you could be here, right? Just coming out of the pain. Or you could be here where this was in the past for you and now you're strong. But now you're helping people who are going through what you went through. This is fierce. This is like walking into do you know what it's kind of giving me? Batman, I think it's is it Batman Begins or The Dark Knight? I don't know. I've been rewatching Batman everything this week. Where he, at the end, he kind of walks into Wayne Enterprises and he's like, oh yeah, I bought up all the stocks and shares, so you're fired. You know, he's like, oh, what, you didn't realize I own the business now? You're fired. It's like, it's that kind of energy. It's like, you know, big moves, big player. Oh, it's my company now. It gives me that. So yeah, I don't know where you are, but you know, this person holds a lot of power. 8 of fire. Rapid communication. This is like emails pinging, text messages pinging, communication back and forth. Something moving quickly, fast movement, a lot of communication, a lot of energy. So again, it's like I don't know if somebody's because this is both giving kind of Asia energy. Maybe it's like somebody's expanding a business in Asia, just with the panda and the tiger and kind of the forest here. Just kind of gives me that energy. So maybe somebody's accepting a contract in the east, or like expanding a business to the east, realizing that there's money to be made in the east. You know, we need to target this market. It's kind of giving me that energy. You know how like with K-pop, there's a lot of businesses now that are like, oh, there's money to be made in that area. You know, we can market our brand to that area. It's that kind of thing. So maybe somebody works in marketing. But yeah, it feels very work orientated. It feels like even like a takeover, you know, like the company's getting taken over, you're taking over a company, taking control of that company, starting to make the decisions. Feels very active, very yang energy over here. So what's going on over here, please? Tell me about this energy. There you go, exactly. What did I say? Somebody learning to stand on their own 2 feet, learning to find their own independence. Yeah, so this feels like coming out of something. This feels like 5 years down the road. But yeah, this is somebody who's independent. You know, they don't rely on anyone else for the money. They make their own money. Maybe they have their own business. Yeah, very self-sufficient, looking after themselves as well. I'm kind of getting like spa day energy over here. You know, going to the spa, you know, getting a massage, you know, getting your hair done, perhaps, like coming out feeling really good, like, and like you've got something to show, you know. Okay, 6 of Earth. This could be something where, again, with contract, it could be a contract's being made that's creating like an energy of somebody else being more independent, or it could be that perhaps a part of the business is breaking off, and like, you know, this part of the business is breaking off and going more independent. Like there's something here about the division of the assets. Are the assets being divided equally? Is someone in a position to give? The man holding a coin is in the position to invest money or to give money, or to offer contracts. And then the 6 of Earth is also a card about receiving. So it feels like this person's giving an offer, this person's receiving an offer of some kind. Again, it could be an independent business that's becoming part of a corporation, or like women in games or something like that, you know, like an independent game creator. becoming part of a bigger company, something like that. But it equally gives this person more. It's like you retain your intellectual freedom, right? You retain control over your own brand. You get to make your own decisions. You get to you're calling the shots over here, but there's investment of money over here, and obviously there's a contract being made between you. It could be something like that happening, or like it's breaking off, like a chunk breaking off from the company. So yours feels very, very worky. What's going on over here, please? Like somebody going independent, creating their own brand. Death. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I'm getting death and rebirth energy really strongly over here. 1 and 9 is an ending and a new beginning. Butterfly is death and rebirth. Like the caterpillar completely like turns into like a DNA mush before it becomes the butterfly. It goes through complete metamorphosis and transformation. So something's transforming. Again, it could be ending a contract over here. What's happening over here? Ending a contract, but a door closing is a new beginning, right? So you don't work for that company anymore. Start your own company. Maybe you would never have started your own company if you hadn't been fired. It's that kind of energy. What else? That tower. When I get the tower and the death together, it's a death. It's an unexpected death. Is that tower in reverse though? And I was asking for over here, but it went over there. Perhaps a shocking ending, an unexpected ending, a contract ending and you weren't expecting it. Right. Can you clarify this for me? Can you clarify where it sits and can you clarify which direction? Doesn't really clarify anything, does it? There could definitely be something that's unexpected, something that's a surprise, something that's a shock, something ending, you weren't expecting it. Rug being pulled out from underneath your feet. What do I do now? What do I do now? Again, it could be this person, it could be you, I don't know. Hiring and firing. This is impulsive. This is trusting your gut. This is I need to react quickly. Again, this is like messages firing back and forth. So it has the energy of something corporate. It has the energy of like a business suddenly going, we're not doing this anymore. We're axing this. We're expanding in a different direction. And then it's like quick movement. Do I jump ship? Do I go independent? Do I get on board this new project? Like this person's doing something spontaneous. It's like a off-the-cuff decision. What on earth is going on? A bit scared of Thursday. Trust your instincts. Trust your instincts. Tell me more about this energy. Oh no, it's good. Whoa, it's good. You don't see it. It's good, but you don't see it. So after the end of whatever that is, definitely some kind of like, it's like whatever this is, it's transforming a situation, or because here's the King of Pentacles, it's very much this energy, very, very similar energy, just to kind of show you close side by side. Like, so this can be a husband, it can be a boss, it can be a business partner, it can be a father figure. Definitely somebody who has a lot of skills, a lot of practical knowledge. This person knows, they're very experienced, they know what they're doing, right? They've got a lot of skills, they've got a lot to offer. Normally they have something to do with money, or My tummy rumbled. Normally they have something to do with money or finances or something like this. Very secure. This person could feel very, very secure in the position, very secure in their contract. So it could be new contract coming in, end to the old situation. The Ten of Cups is like happily ever after. It's like the perfect day, happily ever after, feeling really good with the people who are around you. It does have this waving goodbye energy. So again, I don't know if somebody's off on a new job. They've been keeping it a secret. Off onto big and better things, you know, feeling like the small fish in the big pond again. But there's growth there, there's opportunities to learn. But if this person's, there's some kind of position of authority here. Secrets, but happiness. It could be somebody who's getting, you know, saying goodbye to one thing to go onto something else that's going to be really profitable. It's, you know, it's making them happy to do this, but, you know, they have to say goodbye to people perhaps that they work with, you know, perhaps that they worked with before, they got along really well with them, but it's, you know, it's time to say goodbye. I'm kind of getting that song in my head, time to say goodbye. You know, secretly they've applied for this job, secretly they've got this position, secretly they've got the new contract. A little bit scared. You know, it's normal, it's healthy to be a little bit worried when something ends and you're beginning something new. You know, you're going into the unknown, right? This person's leaving something that was quite a happy place to be, going into the unknown. Those wolves worry me a little bit. You know, just be careful. Other people may want what you've got. They may want you. So tell me more about what's going on over here. It kind of gives me the energy of this person's going on to something else and this person's been left behind. They're a little bit heartbroken. They've put a lot of time and effort into something. They've been working hard on something. They want to reap what they've sown, right? A bit more. Ooh. King of Cups. Deep love, deep feelings. Maybe keeping the feelings a secret. Returning to something. This feels like somebody's staying somewhere where they've put a lot of effort into it. So it does have a worky feeling. It does have a feeling of this person's moving on to a new project. And this person's staying behind and continuing to put work into something. Because there's no blockage. It feels like there's a choice here to stay in a situation where they've got deep emotions for something that they've worked hard on over time. But I feel like the broken heart could be connected to, you know, I'm going to be sad to see you leave, you know. I want to continue working on this. Please spur of the moment decision. Are you coming with me or are you staying behind? I'm staying. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe that's what this person's saying. I don't know. I'm not sure. I've invested a lot in this situation. I don't know. This could be a difficult... If this person has a choice, it could be a difficult choice. You know, they could feel torn in two directions. Can I get some relationship advice, please, for these two energies? Relationship advice for these two energies. Relationship for these two energies. Go the distance. It's landed on this side. I think this person wants to see something through to the end. Message in a bowl. I guess that's Stork again that came out in Gemini's reading. Message in a bottle. Go the distance. Somebody has something to finish. Somebody has something to complete. They've worked hard on something. They want to see it through to the end. Feeling like that's this person. 47. Relationship message. You are either in or are calling in a harmonious relationship that can stand the test of time, for better or worse, as you ride the ups and downs, and even strain and break yourself on a remade in new growth, right? You are being redeemed by the power of regeneration. That's what I was saying, right? Death and rebirth, regeneration. You are being redeemed by the power of regeneration. Harmony does not mean there will never be a wrong note played, but that a relationship is marked by endurance and a dedication to overall unity. A new song can be written, an instrument can be tuned, and the symphony of love will play on. Listen with your heart. Isn't it magnificent? All right, I hope that was helpful to somebody. Please leave me a like if you like, comment if anything particularly stood out for you. I'd love to hear that feedback. If you're comfortable doing so, because Stealth Watchers, you're also always welcome, and thank you for taking up those view hours for me. If you feel like doing so, those of you who haven't already done it, if you want to subscribe, that's really helpful, really helps out the channel, and it's free to do. Yeah, take care of yourselves. I hope this reading was helpful, and I will see you again soon. Please take care, Cancer. Bye bye.